Hi guys, WrestleMania 39 is upon us, and to celebrate we've got the Don here to bring you his top 10 WrestleMania main events of all time. Please remember to like, subscribe, but most importantly enjoy the video. Thanks for watching guys.
First off, before we get to the top 10, a couple of honourable mentions. WrestleMania 19 in 2003, Brock Lesnar, he faced Kurt Angle, who was defending the WWE title in a classic. Great matchup. These two had chemistry, and of course it was one of the best matches of the evening. It was a great Mania, but it was still a top match. Probably let down by the finish, you know, the botch on the shooting star press, but don't take that anything away. It was a great match. And WrestleMania 37, not long ago, 2021, it was the Universal title was on the line in the triple threat match. Roman Reigns defended against Edge and Daniel Bryan. Like most triple threat matches at WrestleMania, it delivered. It was perfect. Not a match I've watched many times, but a match that I know had a bit of quality, good finish, good storytelling. Just misses out in the top 10. Okay, number 10, we go all the way back to 1990, WrestleMania 6 in Canada. This was for the Intercontinental and WWE title. Hulk Hogan was the WWE champion. Ultimate Warrior was the Intercontinental champion. Both faces, very rare for this to happen back in 1990, really any time in this era. And no one really knew what to expect. It was a very clean, very solid, very smooth matchup. It was smartly set out, and it worked well. The crowd was super into it for the whole matchup, and it even made the match better. Arguably both wrestlers' best WrestleMania match. Though some people say WrestleMania 3 was more iconic, apart from the slam, that was it. That wasn't a great match, but this was actually a good match all round. They both will look back fondly at it, and the crowd were into it for a reason, because it was something that never really happened. So I loved the match. I've seen it on multiple occasions. It isn't the best match in the world, but it's a solid match and deserves being in the top 10. Number 10, WrestleMania 6, Ultimate Warrior beating Hulk Hogan for the WWE title in the main event. Number 9 is WrestleMania 15 from 1999. The Rock was defending the WWE Championship against Stone Cold Steve Austin in the main event. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the biggest star in the company by this point, and The Rock was becoming one of the biggest stars. He was starting to get over. He became the champion only a few months before. He had a few smaller runs, but it was very obvious that he was a guy that we're very high on. And this was the first of 3 WrestleMania matches, legendary WrestleMania matches. And they always had a good match, especially at WrestleMania. Like WrestleMania 6, the previous entrances was on one match card. This match was the best match by a mile. The rest of the matches were quite average. It was 70 minutes long. It was action from the start. You know, there was a bit of shenanigans that were in and out of the ring. False finishes, hot crowd. That's what makes a match. And obviously the right winner won. Austin deserved to win it. It was part of the storyline, and the crowd loved it. It was a great match, and The Rock got over. Number 9 is Austin Rock from WrestleMania 15. Number 8, we go to WrestleMania 28, 2012. This was once in a lifetime, but it really wasn't. This was the first of 2 WrestleMania main events. The Rock versus John Cena. This was The Rock's first WrestleMania match since 2004. And obviously at the time, John Cena was the biggest star in the company. And The Rock obviously was a massive legendary name. So it was a match that everyone wanted to see. And it was a good match. Another match with a hot crowd. Maybe went a bit long, but there was nothing wrong with the match. It was a good finish, the right decision. And it was just good to see The Rock still be able to do it after all them years. And obviously Cena, this is where he started to get the respect. He knew how to put someone over. It was a good match. And I like it. And I think it was a match that gets fondly remembered a bit more now. The one after, the year after, WrestleMania 29 was a good match. Just falls short of the top 10. This match definitely deserves being it. So number 8 is WrestleMania 28, John Cena vs. The Rock. WrestleMania 12 from 1996, the Iron Man match for the WWE title, Bret Hart vs. Shawn Michaels. And I know this is a controversial one. This is a love-hate match. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people go, ugh, some people go, it was okay. I love this match. I've watched it on many occasions. I'm fascinated by 2 guys just wrestling and not making any mistakes, being flawless with it, and enticing you into a storyline. And that's what I get from it. Some people go, there wasn't enough false finishes. But these are guys that want these gymnastics, jumping around and getting pile driver off the top rope and kicking out. No, this was a proper wrestling match for the era. And it was crisp, it was clean, it was smooth, it was watchable. It was the right decision, how they finished it. And I like the fact there wasn't any pinfalls and 2 sudden deaths. So I like the match. If you don't like it, I don't care. I loved it. and it's number 7. It's WrestleMania 12. Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. Iron Man match for the WWE title. Shawn Michaels won his first world title. Fully deserved. Great match, and I don't care what you think. Number 6, WrestleMania 24, 2008. The main event was the Edge defending the World Heavyweight title against the Undertaker. A match that gets forgotten. It was a match that had a good storyline going into it. Obviously, the Undertaker by this point was legendary at WrestleMania, and everyone wanted to see his matches. Edge was one of the best wrestlers in the company at that time. He was the biggest heel, and it was a match that, for me, it was better than what I thought it would be. I've watched it on many occasions. I've watched it live. It was the perfect heel versus face main event. Obviously, Taker won, which was the right decision. There was false finishes. There was that famous run by Charles Robinson, and the crowd again was into it. And they were into the Edge. They believed he could actually beat him. He didn't, obviously, but it was a match that's remembered. A very underrated match, not just for Undertaker, but in the history of WrestleMania. It's number 6. It's WrestleMania 24. Edge versus the Undertaker. WrestleMania 30. This was for the WWE and World Heavyweight title. It was a triple threat match. Randy Orton was defending against Batista, and the winner of the match came with Bryan. Triple threats for the WWE title at WrestleMania is a good given cert of a great match, and this is no exception. It's not the best triple threat main event of all time. There's another one to come, but it's certainly up there, and it's a match that's very memorable. The crowd were absolutely red hot. Daniel Bryan already wrestled a classic against Triple H, and then obviously in this match, a match I've only ever seen once, but it's a match I knew that was a classic. I knew, obviously no one wanted anyone else to win from Bryan. The crowd were hot for it, and then it was the whole moment itself, the way he won the title, the storyline for it. Yeah, it was a good match. It was a great match. It was a perfect triple threat match. It was in and out, action, near falls, and it's number 5, triple threat. Bryan beating Orton and Batista, 2014 WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 23, John Cena defended his WWE title against Shawn Michaels in an absolute barnstormer. Personally, one of my favourite matches. A match, again, doesn't get enough credit it deserves. It was action from the start. Both guys knew how to work. Obviously, a lot of people remember the 1 hour match on Raw, but this one was just as good. Loads of spots. Shawn Michaels doing what he does best, still in the show. John Cena at this point was really starting to get over as a wrestler. Yeah, the crowd still hated him, but he was starting to prove that he could wrestle. And he had these matches with Shawn Michaels in the 2007s. And other wrestlers in his latest career. It's made him, for me, this match was the match that really made him. The year before, it was against Triple H, wasn't as good. This was by far one of the best matches in 2007. It was a match that doesn't get remembered, but trust me, it was great. The only thing I don't agree with, I think Shawn Michaels should have won it, but hey ho, that was 16 years ago. Anyway, number 4, WrestleMania 23's main events, 2007, John Cena versus Shawn Michaels for the WWE title, WrestleMania 26. And this was Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. This was the second of their 2 classic installments back to back, and this was Shawn Michaels' last WrestleMania match. This was, of course, a classic match. Wasn't as good as the year before, but it's still a legendary match worth talking about. A match go rewatching. I've watched it a few times in the last couple of years, and it just didn't disappoint. The chemistry, the way they knew how to take the rest. It's very similar to the first match. The crowd were just a bit more better, and that's what makes probably the other match better. But do not take away from the finish, the way that Shawn Michaels nearly won, the last minute kickouts, the near falls, the tombstone. It was a fantastic way to end the career. Both guys came out on top. It was very nice. WrestleMania 26, Shawn Michaels Undertaker. Shawn Michaels' last match comes in at number 3. Number 2, we go to 2004, WrestleMania 20. It's the triple threat for the World Heavyweight title. Triple H defended against Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit. Firstly, this is arguably Triple H's best WrestleMania match. It probably is Chris Benoit's best WrestleMania match. Now, is it Shawn Michaels? Even though this is a fantastic match, Shawn Michaels probably had a match or 2 better. Doesn't take away how good this match was, though. This was 3 different styles. Submission of Benoit, a worker in Shawn Michaels, and a very, slow pacing, heel working Triple H. Obviously, Triple H and Shawn Michaels had connection, and Benoit into the mix. It was the way they put it out on the table, And the way the match was presented was perfect. And the finish, so many false finishes. Everyone expected Benoit to win. And every time that the other two nearly won, the crowd were like, no. The way Triple H was the way they tapped out. Benoit had his moment. Yes, sad things happen after. But that moment was a legendary moment. It comes at number 2. What a triple threat. Go watch it. Number 1, we go to WrestleMania 17, 2001. The Rock defended the WWE title against Stone Cold Steve Austin. This was their second of the 3 classic WrestleMania matches and their second main event. This was probably their best ever match. Definitely the best WrestleMania match. For me, it's one of the best matches of all time. Not just WrestleMania. This was a proper main event. And yes, people criticise the ending. No, for me, I didn't mind the ending. The match was that good. The way that they were able to connect, go outside. These two always made a habit of making the match even better outside. So many near falls, the finishes, the way that both men wouldn't give up, getting the chairs in it, making a no holds bar match. 26 minutes long, that flew by. Everything about it, the crowd was invested. The crowd were hot for Austin. They still loved The Rock, but the crowd were hot because it was in Texas. The right result in the end, maybe the wrong way to do it. But what a match. Austin came on top. It was a barnstormer. Best WrestleMania main event of all time.